Good afternoon, good morning. This is Mark Johnson from Loyalty360, welcoming you to another 2018 Customer Expo preview interview. Today, we're here with Prakash Karamchandani, the co-founder of Grille. Prakash, how are you today?
I'm doing really well. Thank you
See,
for having me on.
absolutely. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us today. Looks like we caught you in a little traffic, but it looks like you're safe nonetheless.
I am definitely safe and not doing this while driving. So.
That's good. Perfect. Prakash, could you give us a little overview, a short overview of Grille and your role with the company?
Sure. So Grille was co-founded by myself and my college classmate. We opened our first store in 2010. We are in the process of, within the next several weeks here, opening store number 5, which is our first store outside of our Toledo, Ohio home market. We're a fast casual Asian fusion restaurant concept, heavily focused on produce and vegetables, and also in the process of opening our first aquaponics farming operation as well.
Well, I think that's interesting, and the discussions that you and I have had talking about your investments in the aquaponics and how you view that as central to the customer experience that you want to deliver within Grille. Can you talk a little bit about those investments and how you're evolving those customer experience efforts within your organization?
Absolutely. So the general experience that we want to be able to provide to our customers is one of cleanliness, it's one of transparency, it's one of being able to make a purchase and know what is in your food and how it's prepared and where it comes from, which I think is kind of the core of the local food movement. But as most movements kind of go, sometimes people lose track of it and forget what it's really all about, which is really just having a connection to the ingredients that you're putting into your body. So in our stores, we've progressively opened up the kitchens to the point where they're completely glass now. And customers can see every single process. Even our walk-in coolers have glass in our newer stores so that you can see the produce. And as we were thinking through it, the next logical step is to be able to experience your food actually being grown. So that's why we got into aquaponic farming.
Those of you who know, obviously, a lot of people may not know who Grille is, but the fact that you won an award in the spring at the Loyalty Expo, you also have won some other awards with the National Restaurant Federation. It shows that some things you guys are doing are very unique. You're being disruptive. You're truly putting the customer at the center of your kind of outreach, the efforts, everything you're doing. It's very true and very genuine. What does it mean, and what can large organizations learn from you based on what you're doing so successfully?
Well, I definitely appreciate that. We're definitely trying to achieve success, and I would answer that question in 2 ways. One, in my mind, I definitely think we're far away from achieving success. I think that awards are really nice, but at the end of the day, success is defined or should be defined by your organization's mission and your values and whether or not you're achieving them. And for us, we're still in that process. So we've kind of set our goals really lofty, and we've definitely hit great milestones along the way, but we have a process to continue going. And in general, what I would say to thoroughly answer your question is the same thing I would say for anyone in any vertical, which is don't lose sight of your value proposition. Don't get comfortable with your market share. We have a very small market share, but we're very dialed in on our value proposition for our customers. And I feel that we know what our customers want, and we are providing that on a daily basis in every single transaction. So that's really what we're looking to create.
Excellent. And could you give us a quick preview of your conference session and what you plan to cover?
Sure. So I was going to utilize the conference session. As you mentioned, we are a small brand, so being able to provide that bird's eye or point of view of our evolution, because it's not really an end goal. It's a consistent evolution, and going over the evolution of our brand and how we've continued to adapt and take advantage of the resources as they become available to us to continue to elevate the execution.
Excellent. And who would benefit most from attending your session?
That I'm not sure. I hope everyone takes some benefit out of it, but I doubt that in our session there would be many small or startup entrepreneurs. So I would imagine that anybody who's heavily involved in a corporate organization who may have forgotten what it's like to be on the ground game may benefit from my description.
Well, I think one of the things that's very unique and very compelling about your session is the fact that you're agile. And you and I have had several conversations about where you wanted to take the brand when you first started, where you are now, and I think you've already touched on this, how you continue to evolve, how you look at not only disruption internally, but the market forces, kind of the externalities that you're facing, and you do a great job of adapting to them and being, very agile. I think agile is a word that everyone's talking about right now, but to talk about it or truly live it, I think is significantly, there's a difference there. And what you guys are doing, I think a lot of brands can learn from, just how you can be agile, how you can be adaptive, how you can put in place the processes that are needed to enable that. And I think what you're doing and continuing to evolve, and the fact that, again, you're winning awards, you have milestones and metrics you're looking at, and you keep pushing those, it's great to see. And the passion I think you have for your brand and for your customers is amazing.
I appreciate that very much.
And so the last question we have for you today, what are a few key takeaways that attendees can expect to learn from your presentation?
I think what you described was actually great. Remaining agile, never getting comfortable, always staying focused on what your end goal is, always being open to feedback, and just being adaptive and continuing to move as the market moves, continuing to move as customer preferences move, so that you can stay directly in line with why your customers chose you.
Well, thank you very much, Prakash, for taking the time with us today. We look forward to seeing you in Nashville in about 4 months.
Yes, I'm very excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.